Hi friends,
Hello.
welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Gina.
And I'm Derek.
And we're D&G Thrifts. D&G
Thrifts. So today we're at Fort Collins, Colorado at our first stop, and we're at the Goodwill, which we have we been here before?
We've never been here before.
I don't think we've been here before.
I don't think we've ever thrifted at all in Fort Collins.
I don't think we have. This is our first time at thrifting at Fort Collins, and we're starting at the Goodwill. Now, Fort Collins has a lot of thrift stores. We're going to hit a few of them. We just don't have time to hit them all, but we're going to see how good of stuff they have up here.
Yep. Yeah, and we actually saw a bunch of antique mall things and flea markets on our way here, so that might be another trip.
I think it's a prime spot for that sort of things.
Yes. So, all right, so head in.
We're going to head in, and when we come back, hopefully, we're going to have some stuff to show you of stuff we found. Now, the thing about Fort Collins is it's right next to Wyoming, so there's probably going to be a lot of outdoor gear. We'll find out.
Yes, we'll find out. Are we gonna like film in there? Should
Maybe.
we film in there? We're gonna film in there a little bit today.
We'll show you around.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Okay.
So here is that's the Goodwill. Here's Derek. What's Derek wearing today? Ooh, he's got his Spurs Christmas sweater on. His Spurs hat, if you don't know, that's soccer. All right, we're going in. Anything good here?
No.
This is a fee-based service. Resupply and the local haulers will accept any items in any condition, can climb stairs, and disassemble furniture upon request. Please visit our website to schedule your priority pickup now.
I really love this sweater. Vintage Valentine of Peebles, 100% pure cashmere. Love the buttons on this, but unfortunately it's missing two. Too bad. Only $5.99. I gotta get some hand sanitizer. So we're back.
Brought to you by Perel.
Stop it. Okay. You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So I didn't get much. I mean, I didn't get a lot of things. I got under 10 things, but nothing was huge in what I'm thinking is kind of in value.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
What was your opinion of that?
It's an okay Goodwill. I have a lot of stuff, but it's all like kind of new-ish stuff. Nothing is like, for me, going more for vintage or higher end brands and everything. Everything's just kind of.
Yeah, there wasn't very much.
There's
like in the way of like what you're talking about.
Right. There's a lot of stuff, but it's just other people's stuff is there. Stuff that you really don't want, but it's other people's stuff. There's a reason they donated it as opposed to actually getting good stuff. But one person donated a whole bunch of stuff that I got that I'm going to try. Last week I bought a Le Creuset mug, and I'll show you at the end of this video. I picked it up, but I think I paid like $2.99 or $1.99 for it, and I sold it for. What I sell for? Like
$17
or $18?
I think you told me 17.
17. So that's pretty good. You know, for a mug that I'm not going to retire on that, but you know, I still like quadrupled my money on it. Too bad it wasn't $100 item. But
and I like mugs. I like collecting.
She's
the
a
mugs.
mug.
I'm the mug collector.
I sell them.
Well, I sold. Hey, I sold a mug this week.
You did sell a mug this week, but it's been out of sight, out of mind, so you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So you don't think, oh, I want that mug. Somebody donated a whole bunch of older Starbucks mugs. And I just discovered recently that Starbucks mugs have value. Not crazy value. Some do. But so I picked up this mug. It's a Christmas mug, partridge, as you can see there. Got 2 of them. And this is, I think, from 2011. These were $1.99 a piece. And I saw they were selling, people were getting like $12 for them. But as a set, I might get a little bit more. I'll put maybe $30 for the set and see if anyone wants to grab that, or maybe they'll give me an offer of $25 or something like that. They're really nice.
Yeah, they are. They really are. Cute. I like
cute.
the birds.
They're very Christmassy without being Christmassy.
New Bone China.
Ooh, new bone.
So they're kind of fancy.
They are kind of fancy. They feel nice though. You know, the
they
color is
do.
good. I got another Starbucks mug. This is just it says Starbucks there. I looked it up. It's brown on the inside. This was $2.99. These were
$1.99.
$1.99. So this was $1 more. And I saw that somebody sold one of these. This is from 2014. Somebody sold one for like 18 or 19. So it's a good, easy $10.
And it all adds up.
It all adds up. And then I've never bought one of these before. These are their ceramic tumblers, they call them. And this one is a poinsettia. It's Christmas, as you can see there. And this was, I have to pull down the tag to see what year it was. It's older. It's from like mid 2000s. And it has a little topper on it. Not sure how I get it off there. You know, it's nice and clean, not chipped or anything. And I think having the topper makes a difference, because I've seen others that don't have the topper. And I'm sure these came with the topper because they're for car use, but they're with ceramic. And that's a nice big size too. And that was $2.99 also.
And this one is cute.
This one's very Paris.
She's blowing bubbles.
Yeah, she's blowing bubbles as a Starbucks. Same thing, but it's got a gold top because it's, you know.
It's 2015. I looked it up.
Fancy.
The bottom, 2015, okay. And it was $3.99.
$3.99. I paid a little more.
What did they go for?
This one I never saw actually on eBay.
Oh, okay.
Or when I did.
When you did comps.
When I did comps with Google, this didn't pop up. So I'm taking a chance on this one. I'm assuming I could at least get $20 for these. I mean, they are ceramic. They're nice. Some girl would love this, you know, that's into fashion. Not that girl though. And it's got this gold top, so it's
I don't drink coffee.
Little flashy.
I drink tea. I could put tea in that.
You could totally put tea in that. So those are I got that, and then I got one shirt or jacket. I got a jacket.
Why don't we save that?
We'll save that for the end of this section.
Okay, so I got one of my bread and butters here. This is just J. Jill, a nice like pinwheel corduroy, soft, real pretty floral pattern, and I wouldn't have picked this up except it's a pretty big size. It's an extra large, and I felt it would be worth it. I looked it up. They sell for like mid to upper 20s, and it was a little expensive, $6.99. But I feel like that was worth picking up. And then Vineyard Vines, if you guys remember me talking about Vineyard Vines, it's a East Coast brand. It's got real cute pineapples embroidered on it. And it was only, well, it was $5.99. So.
But it should do well though. I mean,
yeah, I think so. It's merino wool.
The only thing about selling Vineyard Vines is you're not going to save anything on shipping, because I guarantee it's going to go to New York or Connecticut or.
Well, this is pretty lightweight though.
It may,
so, yeah.
But it's going to go to the East Coast if you live in the West.
Yeah, and then this is something I've never picked up stuff like this. Like, this is a sports bra, And the reason I got it is because I saw this when I was walking by. I saw this logo here, which is Athleta, and it's a big size. It's a 1X. So it will definitely, if someone wants it, it should sell in the 20 to 30 range. And it was $4.99. And then I'll save yours for last. Let's see. I used to pick these up years ago. J. Crew Argyle sweater, and this is a size medium, so it's not a super small size, and it has cashmere in it.
It's a cashmere blend.
It has cashmere. It's a cashmere blend. Merino wool is mostly what's in it, but then it does have cashmere in it. Pretty color, so I thought that would be worth it. And then finally I got a new with tag Sundance, real pretty ivory blouse. Actually, it's not new with tag, it's new without tag. All it has is this little
new with button.
Yes, new with button.
It probably is new with tag because no one's gonna walk around with a button tag stacked on their.
It's new without tag.
That's tag's
how
missing.
I will describe it.
Yeah.
So real pretty. It's got real pretty. Look at that.
So that's the second Sundance you picked up.
And
the second
Vineyard
Vines, which is interesting. Although Sundance I could see out here because it's more mountainy, and Sundance is, I think they're out of Utah or.
Yeah, they're kind of country-ish.
They're country western, but not western. They're country mountainous, I should say, because they're not cowboy hats. And I mean, if they do have cowboy hats, they're Grizzly Adams cowboy hats, not Tex.
Yeah.
So the last thing the first thing I picked up, I don't know if you notice, but I'm a big Spurs fan.
Yeah, you saw his sweater in the beginning and his hat.
So I was looking.
Do you like my sweater? Should we talk
80s?
about my sweater?
Let's
Sorry,
talk about your sweater.
So I picked this. I have been looking for one of these for a few years.
For years.
Yes.
And every year it pops up again.
One, yes, and I used to have something similar like this when I was a kid, so in the 80s. So how long ago? It was like maybe a month ago?
Well, Beverly D'Angelo wears one in Christmas Vacation.
Something
and every
similar.
year you go crazy. It's like, I've got to get that sweater.
I want that sweater.
Because it reminds her of her youth.
Yes.
And
I had one and my mom had one.
It was a classic sweater.
Yeah. So we were at the Arc thrift store and I came across it and I was just like, it was like, angels started singing and I was like, so yeah, this is what I picked up. I love it. Okay, sorry. Okay. Go ahead. Go back to yours.
Okay, so as I was saying, big Spurs fan. If you're out there a Spurs fan. Now, if you're not a Spurs fan, don't take it against us. I'm a Spurs fan. I love all the teams. But I saw this Spurs jacket. I mean, what are the chances?
Yeah, it's very rare.
Of a Spurs jacket, but unfortunately, it's a size extra large, which is too big for me. Otherwise, I'd be wearing it, and it looks great. But there's Spurs fans in America. Not too many of them, but there are a handful.
I don't know. I think there's a lot because when we go out shopping, or like to the grocery store, and he's wearing his Spurs stuff, someone always says something like
either positive or negative, but always in a positive, negative way.
Yeah,
because there's
always friendly.
Premier League's big in America, and it's getting bigger. And it's there's usually someone who sponsors another team, but every once in a while there's a Spurs fan that goes, "Go Coys!" Anyway, so I got that. I have no idea what this is going to go for. I just had to buy it because it was a Spurs.
How much was it?
And it wasn't that much. It was $6.99.
Oh, that's a good price.
So I think I could get at least $30 for this jacket. It's kind of like a warm-up jacket, that sort of thing. It's not labeled with any of their logo of their sponsorship that would be on a jacket like that, but it's a nice jacket. So that's what we got here.
Yeah, that's everything we got here. I'm ready to go home. No. I think we have at least one more to go to. Right?
Yeah.
We'll check out the Arc.
We'll check out the Arc, and then there may be one more. I need to really, now that we've come up here, I don't know if we're going to go this one again or not. We'll check out the Arc.
If we're up here.
If we're up here.
It wasn't terrible.
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like, there's some Goodwills that you go to and you're like, oh.
I'm never coming back here again.
Yeah, there's nothing here. Yeah. I mean, there was a huge line of people dropping stuff off in giant cardboard bins. Unfortunately, you can't go through those, but people are dropping stuff off crazy right now, obviously because it's the season for that.
Right.
So obviously they'll get more stuff in, and because everyone has to get rid of all their junk before they get the more junk for Christmas time. So let's go to Arc now.
We'll head to Arc. All right, you ready for Arc?
I am ready for some arcing.
Arc Thrift Store and Donation Center in Fort Collins, Colorado. I'll show you what's around here. Never been here before. Dickie's Barbecue Pit right there. Pizza, Joanne Fabrics. This lady probably getting in her way. Let's go inside. Let's go shop.
Also a smaller one. See if we get anything on this radio.
It's old, huh?
Oh. Well, we're back from the Arc in Fort Collins, and it's kind of like the Goodwill in Fort Collins. Pretty much nothing.
You know what? I find that for myself, Arc doesn't always have a lot of stuff. Although they had this great sweater.
Arc,
but for me, they don't always have a lot of stuff. And they're more expensive than the Goodwill.
The guys who run the Arc know values of items, although not everything. I've done really well at the Arc, but it's hit and miss. It's like 1 out of 10 trips, boom, there it is, and I've done really well.
Here's your thing.
So one thing we
both got one thing.
One item. And this was, if it was marked, I'd be more excited, but this is an old hunting vest. I've picked up a few of these. Usually the hunting vests don't do great. I did get like an old LL Bean with the moon pockets, which are like side pockets you could go in. Those do really well, and is from the 40s, had the black label. This one doesn't have a label at all, but I can tell it's also from the 40s, and it even has a really nice cinch in the back, which I could probably date if I research it, because it just says solid, but you can see it's got this old cinch in the back like vintage stuff has. So you know that's an older one. A modern one wouldn't have these prongs because you can hurt yourself with those. And I paid $4.99 for that. I might get $40 for it. It just depends. It's if there's a collector out there, particularly overseas, that sees it and needs it for his collection or her collection, then I'll do well. But we'll see. Sometimes these vests do well, sometimes they don't.
Okay, so one thing, the only thing I picked up, and I had no idea that these were valuable.
I would not think this is valuable at all.
No, it is this. So this is a vintage 80s panda bear sweater with sparkles.
Dancing panda bears.
Dancing panda bears, a pink sweater with, is it gray or like
turquoise almost?
Yeah, like turquoise. Or it's kind of bluish green. Anyway, it's filled front and back with these dancing panda bears. So I recently picked up not a flashy one like this, but it was red, just a classic looking panda bear. and I have it listed for sale. I don't think I showed you guys this, but I do have a watcher. I think I have 2 watchers on that sweater. So anyway, you know, I could potentially get $90 for this sweater.
It's so ugly you could.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Now, unfortunately, see, when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's gonna be $4.99, $5.99, because it's this. They're not gonna. Well, apparently they are aware of the value of the sweater. $12.99.
So it's a bit of a gamble. Actually, it looks like it has really short arms too, like 3/4 arms.
Well, yeah, they're cropped sleeves.
I guess that's 80s. You know, they would have the up arms
long,
and the really long.
You wear it with your stirrup pants, and yeah. So that's
it's totally cool.
It is. So I think we are done thrifting.
I think so.
We're gonna head to Trader Joe's,
Oh.
and then we're gonna head home, and then we'll tell you what we sold this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we won't show you what we got at Trader Joe's. That's another video series that we're going to start. What we get at Trader Joe?
Yeah. So, okay. So we will see you at home.
See you home. Well, we're back home, and we only went to the 2 thrift stores, like we said, and Trader Joe's, but we are not going to show you our Trader Joe haul, and you've already seen everything we got today at the thrift store. So now we're just going to talk about what we have purchased in the previous week that has sold, and maybe a few things that we purchased in the weeks or 2 before that actually have sold also, just to give you an idea of what's going on. So why don't you go ahead?
Okay, well, I only had 2 sales last week. And the one was, and I don't think I showed you guys this in one of our videos, but it was a Margaret O'Leary sweater, a chunky knit cotton sweater. And this brand is one that I used to sell years ago, always did well for me. And once again, it's proven to be a good pickup. So I was asking $45 for the sweater, and I was given an offer, $41. Yes, thank you. Took it, and I paid $7.99 for the sweater.
That's good.
So yeah, so it was a good profit. And then the other thing I sold was a mug from Anthropology, and I forgot to look up what that one sold for.
Well, we'll show it. You're seeing it now.
Yeah, I think it was 32 maybe. It just sold today. So, and this is one you guys had never seen. So it's just a cute turkey mug, has turkeys on it, and yeah.
Okay. I sold a couple of things. I had like a little run for a little bit there. I sold an old Nat Nass bowling shirt, and I picked it up because Nat Nass used to be really good, and then it kind of dropped out of favor. No one's watching The Sopranos anymore, so nobody's wearing Nat Nass.
Was that in the 90s it was good, or
it was in
2000s?
Late 90s, early 2000s, in that range.
Yeah.
I had a few of them. That was in my rotation. But it was a really nice one.
Picked up at the thrift, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Because they're expensive.
Although I think for Christmas one year you got me on that.
Maybe I did get you one.
And I was like, oh, those are so expensive. So I picked one up, and I think it was like $6.99, and it only sold for $22. So it's still a little bit of a profit, but not like they used to be. The big item I sold, if you remember from the video, was the Magnolite. Last week. The Magnolite magnesium and aluminum pan I picked up. I told you they do really well. I threw it up on eBay for $89, and it sold within, I think, an hour and a half from me posting it to have someone buy it like that. So either I did it too light on the price, or I had it just right, and it just happened to get the right person. So that went off, I think, to Texas, and I think I paid, that was half off, so it was $15. So that was a good one.
Yeah. Now, when that, like you said, like when they sell super fast like that, you always question yourself,
Yeah.
did I price it too low?
Did I price it too low?
But if you had priced it higher, it may not have
Right.
sold. So.
Right. Couple other things I sold. I sold a pair of motocross boots I picked up at Arc thrift store this summer. They were, I think, $10. They were really dirty. I cleaned them up, and they sold for $39. So that was pretty good. But the only trouble with that, they're really big and bulky, and they weighed like 7 pounds. So
yeah, they were heavier than that pot.
they were heavier than the pot. So they sold. I picked up a Tilly hat. Tilly hat. Remember I showed you that one also. I picked up for $2.99. That sold for $12. So it's a quick, you triple your money, but you don't triple your money that much. That sold, and that sold pretty fast too. And then I picked up another pair of boots. You guys didn't see this one at an estate sale, one of those online estate sales. Do you ever do those where you go online and it's not a real estate sale because you can't actually go there, but you bid online, do it locally?
Do a lot of them do it that way now?
They do it now,
They
I guess,
do it
probably with
online.
COVID, and it's easier than...
I miss all the estate sales where you
Yeah.
can actually go into the home and look at the things, touch them. Now you're competing with
Right,
people across
and-
the country.
And you bid on it, and then the moment you bid, then the actual time increases another 5 minutes in case someone else wants to bid. So it's
If
like
you bid at the end.
if you bid at the end, yeah,
Yeah.
which is, I hate that. But anyway, I picked up those boots. Nobody wanted them. They're a pair of...
No one can snipe now.
No, they can't.
No.
They're Carolina vintage engineer boots. It was a Harley guy. I think I got them for like $7 because they were rough or whatever. But I sold them for $60. So that was really good. And then, of course, that Le Creuset mug I told you about at the beginning of the video sold for $17. And then just a T-shirt I picked up that had this funny saying on it. It was from the 70s, sold for $17. I'll show you a video or a picture of that too. So that was pretty fast. There's a lot of stuff, and that all sold within, I got bids just one day, just kept ching, 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 ching. But then
Now
nothing since. Yeah, so
Now it's slow again.
it comes and goes.
Probably because we're so close to Christmas.
I think so. People are like, oh, I got to buy Christmas gifts. But they don't realize that they're probably not going to get them by Christmas. 'Cause
Yeah. So I guess that was it for this past week.
this is it for this week. I thought we did pretty good. I mean, today we'll see how the Starbucks stuff does. I'll see if that stuff goes pretty well.
Yeah, that'll be a test.
It'll be kind of a test because I've never really sold a Starbucks mug before. But I know they do have a value, but I think it comes and goes with, and of course, how many people are buying Starbucks mugs? I don't know.
And we'll see if I sell my panda sweater.
I think that's going to sell.
He was shocked. I was showing him the comps on it. $90.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And I don't see the exact same one I found. So I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe I'll price it at 100 and see what happens.
I would put it at higher than what you really want because people are always going to ask less.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you get what you want, they get what they want, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well, thanks
Is
for
that it?
watching.
Yeah. Thank you.
Please subscribe if you haven't already.
And hit like if
yeah.
you enjoy this.
And-
leave us a comment. Let's chat.
Who knows, if you know any information of any of the stuff we've picked up and you said, oh, that's not a good one, or that's really a good one, let us know too, because it's a learning process that that's the whole reason you do it, is you don't know anything when you start. But by the time you've done it for years, you have a pretty good knowledge of what's good and what's bad. So,
Yep. All
okay.
right.
We'll see you on the next one.
Yep. Bye. I'm sure that was in there.
I'm sure that was.
That was Nikki sneezing.